Hello, everyone. I am Adam, gametag Shocker, and I am the Magus of the Arena. But here I'm teaching a class for my adepts, specifically on the topic of reading signals. Reading signals, what does that mean? Well, this is something you are going to encounter in drafts specifically. So we're going to go into this pick 2 Phantom Bot draft, because I think pick 2 is going to make it increasingly more clear. If you're not clear on drafting, watch the previous video where I walk through every step of the drafting process and the considerations. But this time we are going to focus on signal reading. What are signals? Well, because draft is a living format with other people, you want to compile the best deck you can from what is made available to you. So you want to look at the packs, ignore the magic art being weird and the colors not showing up properly, and you want to, for your first pick as usual, look here and what are the best cards? 6 mana enchantment, whenever it casts an instant or sorcery, create a 5/5 dragon. Strong, but requires 6 mana and then me to cast spells. This is pick 2, so you get to pick 2 cards. 4 mana flash, spells with the flash, 4/2 flyer, and when you draw a second creature, create a blue 1 fairy creature token. Okay. These are the 2 cards I like the most. They're both blue, that's good. They both play into similar strategies. They are aggressively costed flyers. Great. I'm going to pick those 2 cards. There are no signals yet, because that is the first pick. Now, however, barely from the second pick, but increasingly more onwards, we're going to start thinking about what was I passed, what is good or above average in what I was passed, and what does that say that the people to the left and right of me are maybe drafting. If we're both drafting blue cards, we're going to get half the quality of blue. But if I realize a lot of good green cards are being passed and no one's drafting green, then I can move into green if I read those signals correctly and draft all the green cards. Now, again, it's pretty early. I'm going to take the Arbiter of Woe and the Erudite Wizard. I like blue. I have 2 good blue cards. I think this is a strong black card. And it is looking like blue is a little open. Thousand Year Storm, again, it's a 6-mana enchantment, requires me to cast multiple instant and sorcery spells each turn. I think that's too much work for little reward. But Quinquant Sky Mage, whenever you draw a card, this creature gets bigger. I like that. And Micromancer, when it enters, you may search your library for an instant or sorcery card with mana value 1. I think that's good. I actually think these are the 2 best cards in the pack, and they're blue. So it makes me think blue might not be being drafted by other people at the table. Okay, what about this pick? Well, I think all of these cards on the top are decent. I think Solemn Simulacrum is the best, and it's colorless. It can go in any deck. When it enters, you may search your library for a basic land card. When it dies, you may draw a card. I definitely want this. Then do I want Zombify, Banishing Light, Strix Lookout, or Eaten Alive? I actually want Banishing Light. Sure, I'm not in white, but I think it is the best card that was remaining. And right now I'm still hedging my bets a little bit. I'm pretty confident I'm going to play blue, but I don't know what my other thing is going to be. So I'm going to take this blue card, and I'm going to take Rise of the Dragon Color, because maybe there's a world in which I play it. I'm going to move things into my sideboard that I'm not that interested in just yet. Okay. Right now, all I know, or think I know, is that I am playing blue. I have a couple red cards, couple white cards, could be anything. I see a couple of standout cards. Tetiova Benthic Druid. Part of reading signals is knowing what cards are good in the draft format. I know this card is really strong. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain a life and draw a card. That is strong. Meteor Golem, when this creature enters, destroy target non-land permanent, is good, and it's colorless, but 7 mana is expensive. I have multiple things that want me drawing multiple cards. Mystic wants me drawing a second card. Erudite Wizard wants me drawing a second card. Sky Mage wants me drawing cards. So I'm going to take Think Twice and Tatiova. The Think Twice I know I'm going to play. I've now taken all 5 colors of cards, but I know I'm in blue, and I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what's my secondary color? So I'm going to take the Brineborn Cutthroat. Do I see any signals here? Not really. These are all kind of normal power level of cards. I have more red cards than anything else, so I think I'll take Burst Lightning for my other pick. Plus Micromancer can get that. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit more white than I expected. Dauntless Veteran, Cathar Commando. But I'm going to take the Sky Mage, and I'm going to take Fleeting Distraction. It draws me a card, I can get it with the Micromancer. The signal I'm reading, and the signal that I'm somewhat passing along, is that I think blue is open. And I have been taking blue heavily, and other people at this draft table are maybe realizing that as well. But we are kind of staying in our lanes, and that's good because everyone's deck will be better for maximizing the cards of color or particular strategy that you go for. I'm not sure I'm going to play the Ink Mage or the Strix Lookout. And I still am not 100% confident on white versus red, so I'm actually going to take this land that tests for white and red. It lets me defer the decision a little bit. There was a lot of black in that pack. And Stab is a good black card to be seeing this late, so it's possible that black is a color that's being underdrafted. Okay, here is our last pack, sorry. There's a good white-blue card whenever I cast a non-creature spell. How many non-creature spells do I have? Not that many, only 3, and it's white-blue. There's a Big Fin Bouncer. It's a blue bounce card. I know I like that. Is there anything else that particularly draws out to me? No, so I think I will take these Kaikar Zephyr Awakened. I'm leaning towards red for my second color, but I'm not clear, and I do think this is strong enough to take. Not taking 1,000-Year Storm, but I am going to take Helpful Hunter. It draws a card, that's what I want, and I'm going to take Tranquil Cove. This is white and blue. Now, between the Tranquil Cove, the Windscarred Crag, and my Sullen Simulacrum, I feel like I can play white, but maybe splash this Burst Lightning, this one red card that I want access to. Well, blue is definitely open, and maybe blue-red. Signals aren't an exact science. Curator of Destinies, great card, 6 mana, 5/5 flyer, can't be countered when it enters with the top 5 cards of your library, separate into face down, face up pile, opponent gives you one of those piles, great. And then Balmor, I think is good. Even if I don't have a ton of instants and sorceries, I just have 3. I think this is pretty good. And the card I want to take. So maybe I won't be playing red. Swiftblade Vindicator, Double Strike Vigilance Temple, but red-white. I'm playing red or white, but I don't want a card that's both. Prisoned in the Moon, removal spell. Fire Spitter Whelp, deals damage to my opponent, or Refute, counter spell. I actually think I want the removal spell and the counter spell. I'm going to put Fishing Pole and then Incineration Blast away. And then here we see yet more of the blue and red cards. So I feel like I did a pretty good job of reading the signals in that quick take 2, pick 2 draft. but I recognized that blue seemed to be pretty open, and white or red was also somewhat open. I wasn't able to exactly identify which one of those would have been the better secondary color, but because I took some lands to splash, I think I am going to play white and just splash the red cards that I picked up. Is this how I'm going to build my deck? I find it helpful once you build the deck to look at it like this. I can ignore the card art being weird. I have 10 islands, 10 blue sources, 4 red sources, 5 white sources. Majority of my cards are blue. Maybe I want more than 10. I only have 2 red cards, and I have things to do that discard cards. I don't actually want to run away together. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. I only have 1. We'll take Uncharted Voyage, even though that bumps up. We're going to play 1 less mountain. So I think having 11 blue sources, 3 red sources, but a 4th with this Solemn Simulacrum. And do I think 5 white sources is enough? I would like to have 1 more. Yeah, I think we'll stick with 10 blue sources and hope that's good. So that's the deck I drafted. Red Signals, I think I did an okay job. Definitely caught on that blue. Okay, well, Arena seemed to have quit on me, except it won't let me quit. So I'm just going to end the video here. Unfortunately, we won't get to draft with the deck, but I think I did a good job reading the signals. I think blue was definitely open. It was a little unclear on if yellow or white or red was the best secondary color, but I actually think our mana is good enough to have our Quasi Splash. So I'm going to force quit the client, but thank you for following along, and I hope you learned a little something about reading signals. In future drafts, future high detail drafts, I'll try to speak more about that. Thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and keep joining me as I aim to become champion of the arena.